and I was just totally blown away by the song that you wrote, and we're going to play the whole thing for our listeners right now. I want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for sharing your time and your story with us, and wish the very best to you, Christopher, and the whole family. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It was very nice talking with you.
Our pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, Lisa Satira-Brozek, who wrote this beautiful song in support of autism. The song is called A Differently Abled Man.
I turn my gaze, I look away, but that doesn't mean I have nothing to say. So don't ignore me, don't give up on me. I'm trying hard to do as you please. 'Cause I can hear you when I'm not looking at you. I can see you without staring at you. I can feel you, we don't have to touch. I'm a differently abled man, and I matter so much. And I matter so much. We're all different, no two are the same. So get to know me, remember my name. And just like me for who I am, and be patient, try to understand that I can hear you when I'm not looking at you. I can see you without staring at you. I can feel you, we don't have to touch. I'm a differently abled man, and I matter so much. And I matter so much. Try not to judge me when I look away. I wanna fit in, but it's not my way. Sometimes I run, but I just wanna stay. If I could speak, this is what I would say. I can hear you when I'm not looking at you. I can see you without staring at you. I can feel you, we don't have to touch. I'm a differently abled man. I can hear you when I'm not looking at you. I can see you without staring at you. I can feel you, we don't have to touch. I'm a differently abled man, and I matter so much. And I matter so much.
Beautiful. Lisa Satira-Brozek, last name Brozek. You can find the song Differently Abled Man in the usual places where you buy your music. Be sure and get yourself a copy of that, and follow up. If you're interested in contacting the group in Pittsburgh, they are Band Together. Band is in a musical group. Band Together Pittsburgh Autism Organization, and you can find them online at www.bandtogetherpgh.org. That's bandtogetherpgh.org. Thank you so much, Lisa, for coming and sharing your beautiful story with us. We wish you all the very best. We want to say hello to all of our listeners, as well as some special people that work with us or have worked with us in the past, and that would include, of course, our friends at Rochester Free Radio, WRFZ FM 106.3 in Rochester, New York, and also, to all the staff, and also to Mary Perry, accredited disability representative in Rochester, who underwrites the David Bowers Awards on Rochester Free Radio, enabling us to get to talk and play to all of our friends and listeners in the beautiful city of Rochester, New York. And John Bon Jovial, what have you got for us?
Well, a quick award. As it turns out,
right.
There's a well-known blues musician out there who was born 84 years ago on this day in 1934, 85 years ago. Freddie King, it's his birthday today. So,
oh, my gosh.
And then today is the date of this recording, which is September 3rd. And so we just want to wish Mr. King a very happy birthday. I have been a fan of his music for many, many years. I had the pleasure, I want to say about 30 years ago, 35 years ago to be exact, of seeing him in Reno playing with his other namesake, B.B. King. And that was just one hell of a performance. So
I bet it was.
Yeah, it was. The house rocked that night, I got to tell you. But that was a good time. A large time was had by all. So the David Bowers Awards this week goes out to Mr. Freddie King. Happy birthday, Mr. King. Many more to come for you, we hope. And keep on playing the blues.
Oh, happy birthday to you, brother. And right now, we have another gentleman from merry old England standing by who's going to come in here and talk to us about his group, his music, and his song called Free Time.
Behind, but you is no longer mine. I don't know what you do with your free time, but I think about you. I don't know what you do with your free time, but I think about you, baby. When you're playing blackjack, when you're out with your girls, when you're taking a nap, I think about you. I've thought every line just in case I run into you. I picture myself, I picture you there, the way you be dressed, the time of the day, and how I behave. I know it sounds strange, but if there's no work, my mind goes insane. I don't know what you do with your free time, but I think about you. I don't know what you do with your free time, but I think about you, yeah. When you're playing blackjack, when you're out with your girls, when you're taking a nap, I think about you. I know this love thing can be a scary thing, especially when the heart's been broken so many times before. 'Cause the last time you were asked to trust, all you got was pain, deceit, and all that bad stuff. I need you to trust me, so that one day we two can say, we found the love that we always saw in others. I don't know what you do with your free time, but I think about you. I don't know what you do with your free time, but I think about you. When you're playing blackjack, when you're out with your girls, when you're taking a nap, I think about you. Still think about the past, haven't put it behind. Still think about the past, haven't put it behind. Still think about the past, haven't put it behind. So I'ma take this chance, I'ma kiss you tonight. Still
Ian Guerin is the gentleman's name, and he's coming right in here to say hello right now. Hello, Ian.
Hello, how are you guys doing today?
Doing quite well, thank you. How are things over there in England?
I'm actually on this side of the pond right now because I came over for a dental treatment.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Which was actually today.
Oh, well, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I did have a little anesthesia on me, like locally, and I did it really early because I wanted to be able to talk. But I'm fine now, and everything is doing well. I wanted my teeth to be rock star white, so that's the price I gotta pay.
Hey, I'm glad that you're up with it and you aren't suffering any side effects or ill effects after the fact there. But thank you so much for considering us and working us into your schedule. We're glad to have you here. Tell us a little bit about Ian Guerin.
Thank you. First and foremost, thank you for having me. And well, it's a pleasure. And about me, I've been doing music since I can remember, since the age of 9. And it started to me, and I was just talking to the aunt that actually took me to the studio for the very first time, and she told me to say her full name because she wanted to hear it. So she's going to hear this. Her name is Mitzi Bennett, and she has nothing to do with Tony Bennett, but her last name is Bennett too. And
well, I understand there are a few Bennetts in the world that aren't related to him, so we can accept that.
Well, that'd have been cool if she'd been related to Mr. Bennett, but well, she had me over at her house when I was really little, and she didn't have any kids, so we were playing in a karaoke machine that she had, and I started singing, and she said, "Wow, you can really sing," and I was like, "Oh, thank you." But I thought, like, I was a 9-year-old kid. I didn't pay any attention to that, and so for my next birthday, she took me to a recording studio and had me do a demo of like 9 songs and mainly pop records and stuff. And that's how it all really started for me. But I didn't start writing songs till I was 14. I wrote a terrible song called How Can I Explain, which I never recorded formally. And then I started writing more music. And it came to a point where there was a disease in Mexico that, like, an epidemic, and everything was suspended, so classes were suspended, and I met a friend of my sister who was in a band, and he took me to the studio, and I met my head producer, and we made a couple of tracks, and then I figured, well, I have to do this. I really do have to do this because, well, I'll put out the song and see how it works, and it started working, and that was around 2011 with Bubblegum, and it did well. And that's how it started. Then I released Mad Sexy, and then I crossed over to R&B and pop because it's what felt better. That's like the really quick summary of how it went. But there was a lot of experiences, and I was talking just now with my aunt, and was telling her that she told me that Irreplaceable, the title track from the new album, was a really good song, and that she liked it a lot. And I remembered this fun fact that I'd written a song called Fake Love back in high school when I was like 16, 17, and it was a really terrible song, but the hook was good. And I was telling her, this hook waited 10 years to be put in a song that was really worth it. But that's how Irreplaceable came about. So that's, mainly who I am. I try to be myself. I try to be myself through song. I don't like the cliche songs that talk about things that are unimaginable or untangible or unachievable. I think everything is achievable, but there are certain things in human relations that